In moments when a parent's heart feels stretched thin between hope and fear, when love grows heavy with worry and sleepless concern, we turn to the one whose gentle hands have long untangled the deepest knots of human suffering. Welcome to Prayerful Moments. Today, we lift our eyes and our voices to Our Lady, undoer of knots, the compassionate mother who walks beside every child and stands with every parent who seeks protection, freedom, and divine abundance for their sons and daughters. Before the weight of the world, before the hidden dangers that creep into the paths of those we love most, we come with humility and trust. We bring the silent anxieties we cannot name, the battles our children fight alone, the invisible ties that restrain their joy, cloud their purpose, and threaten the peace meant for their lives. In this sacred moment, we place all these concerns at the feet of the Holy Virgin, knowing that no knot is too tight for her to loosen, no burden too heavy for her to lift. Mother Mary, who once guided the steps of Jesus as he grew in wisdom and strength, understands better than any earthly parent the fragile tenderness of raising a child in a world filled with uncertainty. She knows every fear that hides behind a parent's steady face and every longing that fills a parent's prayer. And so, with confidence grounded in her unfailing love, we come seeking her intercession, asking her to guard our children with the same unwavering care she offered her son. This prayer is a cry from the depth of a parent's soul, a plea for protection against all harm, liberation from all that binds, and the blessing of divine abundance that opens paths, strengthens hearts, and fills each day with grace. Through this offering, we invite the Holy Virgin to walk closely with our children today and always, turning every knot into a testimony of God's goodness. In this moment of humble devotion, we lift our hearts to Our Lady, undoer of knots, asking her to wrap our children in the fullness of her maternal protection. Every parent knows the quiet tremble that hides beneath daily life, the fear that something unseen might wound the innocence of a child or disturb the peace meant to guide their steps. And so we turn to the Holy Virgin, trusting that her mantle, pure and radiant, can shield our children from every danger that wanders through the world. We ask her to stand guard at the doors of their hearts, to watch over them when they leave home, when they sleep, when they face decisions too heavy for their young shoulders. May she be the light that pushes back every shadow lurking around them, the barrier that no malice can cross, the presence that silences the destructive whispers of envy, cruelty, or ill intention. Holy Mother, protect them from the storms they cannot yet name, the confusion of growing up, the pressure to be someone they are not, the wounds caused by harsh words or careless judgments. Guard them from hidden dangers that often go unnoticed by human eyes, the quick temptations that lure them off the right path, the silent anxieties that press into their minds, and the spiritual threats that seek to dim their inner light. Place your hand upon their thoughts, their emotions, their choices, and every place where vulnerability lives, let no seed of fear take root in their spirits. Let no voice of discouragement drown the confidence God has planted within them. May your protection reach all corners of their daily life. Walk beside them in the hallways of their schools, along the streets they travel, into every friendship they form. Keep them safe from accidents, violence, illness, and the unseen traps that cause young lives to stumble. Surround them with your peace, the kind that quiets restlessness and renews their strength. Strengthen their bodies with vitality, their minds with clarity, and their souls with courage, so they can rise each day knowing they are held in a love stronger than every threat around them. Blessed undoer of knots, Be the shield that stands between our children and every harmful intention, spoken or unspoken. Guard them against jealousy, manipulation, ridicule, and betrayal. Let no dark force, no spiritual weight, no bitterness from others settle upon them. Instead, fill their surroundings with light so pure that negativity dissolves before it reaches them. Guide them toward people who uplift, environments that help them grow, and paths lined with purpose and goodness. Mother Mary, stand watch over them day and night. Whisper peace into their dreams, confidence into their fears, and hope into every uncertain moment. Under your protective care, may they walk boldly, live joyfully, and rest safely, knowing that Heaven's most loving Mother walks with them today and always. When we turn to Our Lady, undoer of knots, we come with the certainty that there is no tangle in the human heart too complex for her gentle hands to loosen. In this spirit of trust, we ask her to look deeply into the hidden struggles our children carry, the ones they cannot explain, the ones they do not fully understand themselves. Childhood and adolescence are filled with invisible knots that grow quietly, fears that take hold without warning, insecurities shaped by comparison, guilt that comes from trying to be enough, and the silent weight of expectations that stretch beyond their strength. Some knots come from wounds long forgotten, from careless words spoken to them, from moments where they felt small or unseen. Others come from within, perfectionism that chokes their joy, doubts that cloud their decisions, or emotions that twist tightly around their hearts when they feel lost, overwhelmed, or misunderstood. To all these knots, we invite the Holy Virgin, asking her to place her fingers upon each one with tenderness, discernment, and divine patience. May she loosen every tension in their spirits, untie every thread of confusion, and release every internal burden that steals their peace. Let her bring calm where there is restlessness, clarity where there is uncertainty, and healing where there is pain. And as she works, may the knots that once limited their confidence become places of strength, restored by her maternal love. We also ask Our Lady to free our children from the knots formed by the world around them. The pressures of social acceptance, the fear of rejection, and the constant noise that distracts them from hearing their own true purpose. Some knots are tied by relationships that do not nourish their souls, by influences that distort their identity, or by habits that keep them tethered to choices unworthy of their potential. Others are woven from the internal storms of adolescence, emotional highs and lows, anxiety that whispers about the future, and the subtle but powerful pull of negative voices that tell them they are not enough, not capable, or not lovable. We ask the Virgin Mary to cut through every harmful attachment, to reveal every hidden trap that tries to hold them back, and to lift them out of situations that dim their joy. May she guide them gently away from patterns that cause harm and toward paths filled with truth, discipline, and inner freedom. As she untangles these knots, let her pour grace into the open spaces they leave behind, filling them with hope, resilience, and purpose. And may our children, once weighed down by invisible burdens, rise with restored hearts and renewed spirits, ready to walk forward in the freedom that only divine love can give. Holy Virgin, undoer of knots, we come before you with a plea that rises from the deepest chambers of a parent's heart. Free our children from every influence that seeks to distort their character, weaken their resolve, or dim the brilliance God placed within them. In a world full of loud voices and hidden traps, we ask you to gently but firmly pull our sons and daughters away from every toxic relationship and every harmful attachment that binds them. Protect them from friendships built on jealousy, manipulation, or deceit, where their value is reduced, their trust exploited, or their innocence taken for granted. Stand between them and any person who drains their light, speaks limits into their dreams, or plants confusion in their hearts. Guard them from those who pressure them into choices they would not make if they could clearly hear their own conscience. Keep them far from people who disguise harm as affection or use influence to pull them off the path of virtue, discipline, and truth. And if any bond around them has already begun to tighten, if any influence has already started weaving emotional or spiritual chains, we ask you, Blessed Mother, to intervene swiftly and decisively. Untie the knots of unhealthy dependence. Break the threads of fear that keep them tied to situations that do not honor their dignity, and lift them out of circles where negativity or moral compromise is disguised as belonging. At the same time, free them from internal habits that cloud their judgment or weaken their will. Patterns of procrastination, impulses that sabotage their goals, doubt that undermines their talents, fatigue that steals their joy, and the self-criticism that whispers they are lesser than what God created them to be. Release them from the need to impress others at the cost of their own peace. Strip away the weight of comparison that suffocates their confidence and the lies that make them question their worth. Silence every destructive inner voice planted by past hurts, unfair criticism, or distorted expectations. Holy Mother, cleanse their minds, renew their hearts, and strengthen their spirits so they recognize what harms them and find the courage to step away. Surround them with people of integrity, kindness, and sincerity, whose presence uplifts rather than diminishes, whose words encourage rather than wound, and whose influence leads them toward maturity, wisdom, and holiness. Let the spaces once filled with harmful voices now echo with truth, compassion, and clarity. And as you free them, guide their steps into circles that nourish their souls and environments that help them flourish. Let them learn to choose relationships that honor their worth and to walk confidently toward the people and places that reflect the light of God. Mother Mary, undoer of knots, free them not only from the chains that hold them, but also from the shadows that follow them. Lead them into a life where their hearts can breathe, their purpose can bloom, and their spirits can stand tall in the freedom you so lovingly grant. Blessed Virgin Mary, undoer of knots, we now lift before you a longing that rests at the center of every parent's hope, that our children may not only walk safely and freely, but that they may flourish in a life filled with divine abundance. We ask you to open the storehouses of heaven over them, letting every grace flow into their days like sunlight breaking through clouds. Pour into their hearts the wisdom they need to recognize their gifts, the confidence to develop them, and the perseverance to use them for God's purpose. Bless their minds with clarity and creativity, so that their studies, their work, and their dreams are strengthened by insight and inspired by holy guidance. May every effort they make be multiplied, every talent refined, and every opportunity that aligns with God's plan be placed gently within their reach. Surround them with mentors, teachers, and companions who see their potential and help it rise. Remove from their paths the obstacles that bring confusion or discouragement, the failures that cripple self-worth, and the doubts that whisper against their abilities. Instead, fill their lives with open doors, supportive environments, meaningful encounters, and moments of success that affirm their identity as beloved children of God. Let abundance meet them not only in material provision, but in the deeper treasures of life, strength to endure, joy that restores, gratitude that expands, and faith that anchors them with purpose. Inspire in them a spirit of diligence that turns every challenge into growth, a spirit of generosity that keeps their hearts soft, and a spirit of humility that allows them to see God's hand in every blessing. And when the road becomes difficult or delayed, place in their souls the calm assurance that your intercession is already at work, preparing something greater than they imagined. Let no fear of the future shadow their dreams, no voice of comparison diminish their confidence, no memory of past mistakes limit what they believe is possible. Prepare their hands for fruitful work, their steps for meaningful journeys, and their hearts for the harvest of blessings you desire for them. May prosperity follow them like a gentle river, steady and life-giving, nourishing every part of their story with opportunities to rise, to learn, to thrive, and to honor God with all they achieve. Holy Mother, lead them into a life where abundance is not fleeting but rooted, not loud but steady, not shallow but overflowing from a heart formed by your protection and God's grace. Let their days shine with purpose, their efforts blossom with results, and their future unfold with the quiet but powerful testimony that where your mantle rests, blessings never cease to grow. Holy Virgin Mary, undoer of knots, we entrust our children to your guidance, asking you to lead them with a tenderness that never falters and a wisdom that never strays from the light of God. Walk beside them in every season of their lives, shaping their steps so they follow the path that heaven dreamed for them long before they were born. In a world crowded with distractions, shifting values, and countless voices pulling them in different directions, be the steady whisper that calls them back to truth. Teach them to seek God in moments of joy and in moments of fear, to feel His presence not only in miracles, but also in the quiet rhythms of their days. Keep the flame of faith burning in their hearts, even when life grows heavy, even when doubt tries to creep in, even when others around them forget the beauty of spiritual purpose. Guide their choices with clarity, so they recognize what builds their character and what destroys it, what strengthens their souls and what slowly drains their peace. Form within them a desire to live honestly, to love generously, and to walk humbly with God. Shield their spirits from indifference, cynicism, and the subtle temptation to settle for less than the fullness of who they are meant to be. Let no bitterness take root in them, no resentment cloud their vision, no disappointment harden their hearts. Fill them with courage when they face challenges, compassion when they meet the suffering, and conviction when they stand before difficult decisions. And when they stumble, as all souls do in the fragile journey of life, be the gentle hand that lifts them, comforts them, and reminds them that they are never alone. Help them recognize their true mission in life and give them the strength to pursue it with joy, discipline, and unwavering hope. Surround them with people who inspire goodness, communities that nurture virtue, and experiences that deepen their understanding of love and justice. May their hearts remain open to God's voice, willing to serve, eager to grow, and ready to rise above anything that seeks to diminish their purpose. Blessed Mother, walk ahead of them to prepare their way, walk beside them to support their steps, and walk behind them to guard their souls. Let their lives shine as living testimonies of grace. Children who reflect God's love in their actions, who honor Him in their choices, and who find lasting meaning in living out the calling He has placed within them. Under your guidance, may they never lose sight of the purpose for which they were created, and may they grow into the fullness of that calling with confidence, peace, and a heart anchored forever in the light of Christ. Holy Virgin Mary, undoer of knots, as we continue in prayer, we surrender every part of our children's lives into your loving hands. We acknowledge our human limits, our imperfect understanding, and the moments when our guidance cannot reach the hidden corners of their hearts. In these places where our efforts end, your divine assistance begins. We ask you to enter gently into every space where our children struggle, hesitate, or hurt. and to make those places holy ground. Touch every layer of their being with your maternal tenderness, so they may grow not only in strength and wisdom, but also in compassion, humility, and integrity. Help them understand that their worth is not measured by the world's standards, but by the immeasurable love with which God formed them. Let this truth shape their identity and guide them through seasons of uncertainty. May your grace become the quiet voice that reassures them when they face doubt, the steady anchor when they feel overwhelmed, and the warm shelter when they feel misunderstood or alone. We ask you, sweet Mother, to surround their days with divine order, so that their time, energy, and purpose flow in harmony with what God has designed for them. Guide them away from distractions that steal their focus, and from temptations that promise ease but lead to emptiness. Teach them the beauty of discipline, the freedom found in responsibility, and the joy that comes from choosing what is good even when it is difficult. When they encounter delays or disappointments, help them understand that sometimes heaven's not yet is a deeper blessing than an instant yes. Shape their hearts to persevere, to trust, and to grow in patience. Strengthen them as they walk through seasons of preparation, reminding them that every challenge can become a stepping stone toward the calling you are shaping within them. Mother Mary, we ask you to bless the relationships that our children will build throughout their lives. Protect their hearts from attachments that drain their light or compromise their dignity. Guard them from friendships rooted in envy, manipulation, or deceit. Lead them instead to people who uplift them, who bring out the best in them, and who help them walk toward honesty, kindness, and truth. May they be surrounded by companions who celebrate their joy, support them in struggle, and speak life into their dreams. And when it is time for them to seek love, guide them toward relationships grounded in respect, sincerity, and spiritual alignment. Keep their hearts safe from betrayal and emotional harm, and let them know the beauty of being loved with purity and intention. Teach them to recognize the difference between affection that nourishes and affection that wounds. Above all, let love never become a source of bondage for them, but a sacred force that reflects the tenderness of God. Blessed Mother, shine your gentle light into their emotions, healing the places where their hearts have been bruised or strained. Smooth the sharp edges left by harsh words, soften the memories that still ache, and restore the parts of them that were lost in moments of fear or shame. Teach them emotional resilience rooted not in pride or stubbornness, but in the deep peace that comes from knowing they are held by heaven. May they learn to name their feelings without drowning in them, to express their needs without fear, and to stand firm in their truth without harshness. Give them courage to face their weaknesses and humility to celebrate their strengths. And when they feel broken or discouraged, wrap them in your maternal presence, reminding them that every wound is an invitation for God to reveal His healing power. Holy Mother, extend your protection over their future. Guard the plans God has written for them, shielding those plans from voices that discourage, influences that distort, and circumstances that threaten to uproot what heaven has planted. Guide their steps with clarity, so they may see the doors God opens and walk through them with confidence. Close every path that leads to harm or distraction, even when it looks appealing. Let them grow into adults who choose integrity over comfort, faith over fear, and service over selfishness. Bless their careers, their studies, their callings, and every dream they hold close to their hearts. Help them honor God with their talents, and may their gifts become instruments through which His love is revealed to the world. We ask you also, Mother Mary, to cultivate within them a deep and joyful spiritual life. Help them develop a relationship with God that is intimate, strong, and enduring. May they pray not out of obligation, but out of longing, not out of fear, but out of love. Teach them to see God's presence in ordinary moments, in the beauty of creation, in the kindness of others, and in the quiet whispers of their own hearts. Keep them close to the sacraments, to Scripture, and to the practices that nourish their souls. Let their faith become a compass that guides every decision, a shield that protects them from doubt, and a light that illuminates their path through the darkest valleys. Strengthen them so they may stand firm when the world challenges their beliefs, yet remain gentle and compassionate in how they live that faith. Mother Mary, we pray for their health, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Guard their bodies from illness and harm. Guard their minds from anxiety, confusion, and despair. Guard their spirits from spiritual attacks, discouragement, and despair. Fill them with the vitality to embrace life fully, the clarity to make wise choices, and the peace to rest when they need restoration. May they live with gratitude that expands their hearts, hope that renews their strength, and joy that inspires those around them. Finally, beloved Mother, teach our children to become sources of light in this world. Inspire them to bring kindness into spaces where it is lacking, courage into moments of injustice, forgiveness into moments of hurt, and love into moments of division. Let their lives bear fruit that honors God, blesses others, and transforms the places they touch. Walk with them today, tomorrow, and every day that follows, until they grow into the fullness of the holy purpose for which they were created. Under your mantle, may they live in peace, rise in strength, and flourish in grace all the days of their lives. As we bring this prayer to a close, Holy Virgin Mary, undoer of knots, we place every word spoken here into your loving hands. We trust that nothing lifted to heaven in faith is ever forgotten, and that every plea offered with sincerity is already held within your heart. May the blessings we have asked for today spill gently into the lives of our children, shaping their paths, strengthening their spirits, and filling their days with the quiet, steady light of divine grace. Let every knot we have surrendered begin to loosen, every fear begin to soften, and every hope begin to rise with renewed strength. We thank you, Blessed Mother, for hearing us, for walking with us, and for loving our children even more deeply than we ever could. Your tenderness is our comfort, your intercession our refuge, and your guidance our peace. To those who have prayed along with this message, thank you for opening your heart and joining this moment of faith. May you feel the presence of God and the embrace of Our Lady in your own life as clearly as you desire it for your children. And if this prayer has touched you, strengthened you, or accompanied you during a difficult time, I invite you to continue this journey of faith with us. Your presence here matters, and your voice adds light to this community of hope. If you wish to receive more prayers, reflections, and words of spiritual encouragement, please subscribe to the channel and explore the other videos prepared for you. Share this prayer with someone who might need comfort or strength today, and let these words become a blessing for many hearts. May peace, protection, and abundance follow you and your children always.